Hey guys, today I wanted to take a break from figures to talk about collecting as a whole. What is 1/6 scale and what exactly does that mean? Where do you purchase these figures? What does licensed versus unlicensed mean? This video won't have a lot of new information if you're already an avid collector, but it's not necessarily meant for you. But maybe show it to a family member or a friend who hasn't yet been introduced to the hobby. I started collecting Banpresto anime figures about 6 years ago. I had always loved collectibles. I was always on Sideshow's website as long as I can remember looking at the cool toys and collectible figures. But this is where I started. Quickly, I moved on to Figmas, which is a 1/12 scale. It's about 6-inch posable. But I quickly transitioned into 1/6 scale after watching The Mandalorian and knowing I needed better representation in my collection. And that led me down the 1/6 scale collectible figure rabbit hole. But what exactly is 1/6 scale? That refers to a statue or a figure that is 1/6 the size of its real world counterpart. So if a typical human is 6 feet, 1/6 of that would be about 1 foot. So that's just an easy way to keep it in track. But as you can also see, 1/6 scale varies in size depending on who or what they represent. The scale allows for a high level of detail and realism, making it popular among us collectors who appreciate the lifelike proportions and intricate craftsmanship. They always come with a load of accessories, sometimes diorama bases, and there's a wide aftermarket of customizers and diorama makers, accessory makers. Anything in 1/6 scale should look good with these collectibles. In addition, I prefer figures over statues because of the articulation. Most figures have about 30 points or so of articulation, and so you can pose them any way you want. It adds for a great level of personalization to your collection. So how do you decide? Do you want to go with an official company like Hot Toys or InArt? Maybe something a little more obscure and go with third-party unlicensed. And what exactly does that mean? That just means that the company making the figure doesn't pay for the intellectual property rights to make the figure itself. So they can honestly get into a lot of legal trouble, but not many people do. On the other hand, companies like Hot Toys pay for the licensing rights to make the figure, which makes them officially licensed 1/6 scale collectibles, which also in general means they're a little bit more expensive than their third-party unlicensed counterparts. What matters to me is the quality of the figure and the details of the parts and pieces. In my opinion, third-party unlicensed figures have come a long way. And even some official products don't even look that good anymore. SideshowCollectibles.com, TNSFigures.com, or GiantToy.com. All of them have great places to get a good start at looking at these figures and deciding on what you want to buy. Now, these aren't cheap either. They run around $200 for a third-party unlicensed nowadays, and $300 to $400 for Hot Toys. Sometimes even more depending on the set. I tend to go for third-party unlicensed unless it really speaks to me, and then I'll get the official version. One thing you should know about these is when they go up for pre-order, it doesn't mean they're going to come out soon. These can take 2 to 3 years or more, depending on the company and the figure. A lot of them have a lot of delays and a lot of manufacturing issues going on in the background, and they can take some time to come out. Why would you put a pre-order deposit down for one of these? Because they are technically collectible and limited edition, and they do only make a certain amount. And if that amount sells out, well, you can't get it anymore except on the aftermarket. But once you get that pre-order in, it does secure you the figure for whenever it comes out. I have a pre-order back from 2020 that I'm still waiting on. I don't think it's going to come out anymore, but I still have hope. Like I said, these things take a while to come out, and patience is a key virtue of this hobby. And that is a very brief look at 1/6 scale collecting. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. How do you collect? What do you like to collect? And as always, thanks for watching.